Hi everyone, I thought I'd just give you a little mini tour of roses that are in bloom. Currently it's the end of June, so most of them have had their first flush. However, there's a few that I planted quite late which have started to bloom. So first, here we have Madame Anisette, which is this sort of creamy rose that does start with a little hint of apricot in the middle. And so far they have opened up pretty much all creamy white. It's meant to have an incredibly strong fragrance. However, this one doesn't seem to have much at the moment, but apparently the younger they are, the less likely they are to have that scent. Not always, but just something I've noticed and have heard other people mention is that as they get older, the scent can increase. When they're a few years old, you really get that scent. Next up, we go over here. We have Old Port, which is really it's just kept blooming just continuously. It hasn't really stopped from its first blush. Obviously they're a lot smaller than they were. This is another one that's meant to have great fragrance, but again nothing too intense that I'm noticing at the moment. It's got really good disease resistance though. I haven't really noticed any black spot. Really pretty. It does fade quite a lot though. It does sort of grey out, bleach out quite a lot, but it's still really great performer so far. Next we have adorable Parfuma, which I planted not too long ago, probably very early summer, late spring, which it seems to have almost have this white or very, very pale pink centre in this as well. This one does have some fragrance. It's from the Parfuma collection by Kordes. It does have some fragrance. And we have a few more buds to come. There'll be one more Princess Alexandra of Kent there. Oh, there's a few more buds actually. So I'll look forward to that. Summer Romance. Oh, there is a bud coming. I thought perhaps I had a blind stem there, but it is slowly coming along. Sorry for the wind and the loud neighbours. Kingfisher, or the 20th anniversary rose. This has a really nice fragrance, and this is just a very small version of what it's capable of. And it's more of a sort of warm pink colour. It does usually have a really coppery centre, but this is just a little secondary flush. This is Aphrodite, but it's quite nearly going over really now. And then down here we have Timeless Purple, which is a really vivid pink. And I planted this again, probably late summer, early spring, sorry, to late spring. But that bird that I showed you in the last video that looked a bit deformed, it didn't open properly. And this one I'm really looking forward to getting bigger because it is just stunning. Coco Loco's gone over now really. If we have a look here, we have the Lady Gardener. Again, not much fragrance really, but just such a beautiful apricot colour. The other flowers that opened up, I think they had a lot of heat damage. This one seems to be the first one that looks half decent. So I wasn't sure in my last video whether the browning on the petals was from excess fertiliser and overfeeding, but as some people pointed out, it could have been water or heat damage. It just, I think the coincidence of the timing of me feeding them maybe threw me off a little bit, but yeah, this one's really beautiful. This was bare root planted in late May and it's really doing quite well. It's got quite big. There's a Bliss Parfuma which hasn't really, a little bit deformed, but it's trying. Joie de Vivre, really nice apricot colour, kind of going over now. That is rolled doll, but it's not quite open. Natasha Richardson, which again is a workhorse, it just keeps going and going, lulling a little bit now, but more buds to come. And there is some Olivia Rose, but again just small, nothing significant. And Oceana's winding down now as well. Comte de Champord coming up with a few more, those are over, but a few more buds we can see. So that's it really. Some of the potted ones are starting to get some buds, but that'll be in the next coming weeks. I think I'll leave you with Old Port. It's just really impressive rose. I'm very happy with it. It does, you can see it is fading on the outer of the petals, but it's quite nice actually. It's almost like a two-tone. But it is just a beautiful rose. Working really hard. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching and see you soon, hopefully with more blooms.